welcome, welcome to the can't talk today. Welcome to the channel, and today we'll be ranking all of Rob Zombie's films. Now, before I get into the video, this is in my opinion, and in my opinion only, and I want to know your ranking of the Rob Zombies. I want to know your ranking of Rob Zombie's films below. Let's have a discussion below before I get into the video. This is my opinion and Rob Zombie's films. I'm a big fan of Rob Zombie's films. I understand not a lot of his films are perfect, and I do recognize that, but this is my ranking. Coming at number 6 is Halloween 2, Rob Zombie. Now, if you're a huge fan, you know that I do defend this film, but I do acknowledge there's problems. To me, Halloween 2, I wouldn't say it's the worst Halloween film. Now, I don't think it's the worst Halloween film. I think it's the worst Rob Zombie film. If that makes any sense, let me know in the comments below. But that's how I feel. It's not the worst Halloween film. It's the worst Rob Zombie film. To me, Halloween 2, it's just too out there. Like, it shows that Rob Zombie really lost his noodle and really went into a direction and was like, and I do respect him for, doing what he wants, but I feel like he went too far. There was, white horses, white unicorns, whatever they are in there. You got this, like, Jason Voorhees type of vibe going on, which I'm not a fan of. And to me, he just took the character Michael and the story, and even the story of, all these characters, and really did something I'm not a fan of. And I think that's why this film gets so much hate, is because how this film is treated. And there's no Halloween score in this. There's no Halloween score. There's nothing original about this Halloween film. The only thing that's really original to me is how the film felt in some spaces. 'Cause to me, Halloween 2 is one of the Halloween films that felt very emotional. To me, it felt very emotional, and it felt very impactful. If that makes any sense. So my number 5, now we're going into my top 5. My number 5, now this may actually make people mad, because a lot of people do like this Rob Zombie film. It's his first one. My number 5 is House of a Thousand Corpses. Now, hear me out. I really love House of a Thousand Corpses. In some elements, I do think it's better than The Devil's Rejects. But House of a Thousand Corpses, I really have no complaints about this film. To me, it's what Rob Zombie I can't say that word or talk today, but it's what he went out and did. It's what he went out to do, and he got too big for his head after Halloween 2. And to me, House of a Thousand Corpses is what Rob Zombie should have stayed at. Have that shock value, but not make it so unwhelming. And just don't put stuff on screen, And House of a Thousand Corpses, and again, you don't care about the writing in a House of a Thousand Corpses. You don't care about the characters. And that's not a bad thing, because Rob Zombie's writing is not that great, My number 4 is Halloween. To me, this is one of my favorite Halloween films. Like, and this is off topic, but I'm gonna say it. My favorite Halloween films are Halloween 4, and the original, of course, and Halloween 2018, and Halloween, the Rob Zombie one. To me, this is my number 4, because I think it's beautiful to look at. The cinematography may be the best Rob Zombies. It's one of the best cinematography ever in a Rob Zombie film. The cinematography is on point, and I say Halloween 2018 and Halloween Rob Zombie has the best cinematography. But to me, Halloween Rob Zombies 2007 almost has the best cinematography out of any Halloween film. Almost has the best cinematography out of any Halloween film. I really love Tyler Maine's Michael. I really love that portrayal of Michael. I hate that I do hate that they humanize him. I do hate that, but I do like how brutal he is and how he's just angry. Like you can just see in his movements of how angry this man is behind behind his mask. And yeah, Halloween, yes, Halloween, Rob Zombies. It's not perfect. The dialogue's, you know, it's not the perfect horror film. It's not the perfect Halloween film, but it should get more appreciation, in my opinion, because I really do enjoy it. There are things I hate about it, but if you want to go hear my review on that, make sure you go check out that video. My number 3 is Lords of Salem. Now, this top 3 was really hard for me to do because my number 3 is Lords of Salem. I really do enjoy Lords of Salem. Some people did not like Lords of Salem, and I can understand why you didn't like it. But this list was hard for me to do, and for me to put Lords of Salem at my top 3, my number 3, was really hard for me to do. But I put it there because Lords of Salem, some of the best cinematography. I do like that it's something different. It's something different. And it's something that Rob Zombie usually doesn't do in his films. He focuses on more of a psychological film than a straight slasher he focuses more on a psychological than a straight horror and thriller element, which I really do love, but it's something different. I do think the ending is in the film. He just throws random stuff on the screen as an explanation to what's actually going on. But, it is what it is. Now, my number 2. Now, to me, the best cinematography... Now, my number 2 is 31. I really did enjoy 31. 31, to me... Again, 31 has some of the best cinematography. I will keep saying that. The best cinematography out of Rob Zombie's films is Halloween 1. It's Lords of Salem. It's 31. Like, they're got some of the best cinematography. And I love the soundtrack that they choose for this. I love the claustrophobic type of feel that this film has. And only certain horror films can actually capture that claustrophobic feel. I'm not claustrophobic, but you know what I mean. It really puts you into that space that you would be claustrophobic if you was in that situation, because you're essentially in a big maze with all these killers. And actually, I did enjoy all the killers. I think Doomhead, I think that was his name, Doomhead or Doomfist. His character was amazing. I think the actor's name Jake or John. I'm so lost right now. But 31 is amazing, and the guy who plays Doomhead, that's his name, Doomhead. The guy who plays Doomhead, he's amazing in the role, and I feel like he could be a good Joker. Now, people may hate me for the saying that, but I feel like his acting really shows, and Rob Zombie really wrote a good character right there. He wrote a good villain. I feel like Rob Zombie did some good writing in that one. He did write a good villain, because Doomhead is a believable villain, and the actor that portrays him is very believable, and he's into that role. And I love 31. 31's the most out there Rob Zombie's film, but it's fun, and I love it. My number 1 is The Devil's Rejects. To me, when you think of Rob Zombie, you think of The Devil's Rejects. To me, that's what I think of. When I think of Rob Zombie, I think of The Devil's Rejects. I don't think Halloween. I don't think House of a Thousand Corpses. I don't think Lords of Salem. I think The Devil's Rejects. To me, The Devil's Rejects is the perfect blend of what Rob Zombie wanted to do, And it has that perfect amount of shock value. You know what I'm talking about. You got that good shock value, but then you got that shock value that jumps the shark. Like they did in Halloween 2, Rob Zombie. To me, The Devil's Rejects is that perfect mix and blend of, again, good cinematography. The writing is there's some good one-liners in this film. The Devil's Rejects is really, really good. Is it a perfect film? No, but it's very fun. I actually do enjoy it. Now, this is my ranking of the Rob Zombie's films. Now, which is my favorite Rob Zombie film? Hard for me to say, but for me, the best Rob Zombie film, for me, it's either going to be Halloween or House of a Thousand Corpses. And to me, it's really hard to pick. And again, my number one was just The Devil's Rejects. So, for me to say my favorite, Halloween, can't talk. For me to say my favorite Rob Zombie films, it's hard for me to say which Rob Zombie film is my favorite. Is it The Devil's Rejects? Is it Halloween? Is it House of a Thousand Corpses? It's hard for me to pick, but this is my ranking of the Rob Zombie's films. My number 6 was Halloween 2. My number 5 was House of a Thousand Corpses. My number 4 was Halloween. My number 3 was Lords of Salem. My number 2 was 31. My number 1 was The Devil's Rejects. And I really do enjoy all these films. I think Rob Zombie's films are not for everybody. And there's a lot of things that I would change about Rob Zombie's films for the better. There's a lot of things that I would do, and I'm actually making a video on that. We watched the movie, did a video on that back in June or July. They did a video on how they would change Rob Zombie's films, and I can't talk today. And I did watch that when it did come out. Make sure you go check their video out. But yeah, that was my ranking of Rob Zombie's films. If you did enjoy, make sure you hit a big thumbs up, or please subscribe. Let me know in the comments below your ranking, your favorite Rob Zombie film. If I had to pick one, it's going to be Halloween. Turn on post notifications. Make sure you share the channel, and I'll catch everyone in the next video.